Intuitive business building. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. Let's talk about intuitive business building, shall we? I've got a story that has nothing to do with business, but it proves a point better than even the business story I had for today. So I had a really great interview this morning, and I can't wait for it to come out. Just more than anything, not for what I said in it, but what the host that I was with. It was so cool getting to meet him finally face to face. We had chatted a little bit back and forth over social media, and admirers from a distance of each other's work. And I really am excited to see what he ends up doing with his company as he moves ahead. Can't wait to see more about that, and I'll tell you more about that in the future, so stay tuned. But I wanted to talk with you about something that happened later in the afternoon. We had a situation. I've got one of these things where we have certain days of the week that are left a little wide open in the schedule so that we can fit in little odds and ends of our lifestyle. And Fridays is one of those days in general. Sometimes it's packed in tight, but other times we leave it a little bit loose just to fit in all the things that we needed to do during the day. And I had a situation that I wasn't planning on where I needed to go get a couple of tanks of gasoline. And we get this, so in Oregon, they add all the extra stuff to your gasoline, and it's not good for yard tools and so forth. So I had to go get some of the gasoline that had no additives in it for the yard stuff, and just in case we get in a situation where the electricity goes out, which tends to happen toward the beginning of fall, winter, when the rain starts coming. The electrical grid for some reason can't handle it, or they use it as an excuse to shut things down. But we get into a situation where we have no electricity, so you got to have the generator going, so you got to go get gasoline. So I go in with my empty containers to go get gasoline, and it's not that far up the road. It's probably 3 miles up the road to this gas station. And so it was no big deal. I tossed my shoes on. I didn't even put real shoes on. I got these stupid rubber croc things. And so I had those on. I wasn't even planning to wear those to there, but it's just a quick thing. It wasn't meant to take that long. I go to the gas station. I park. It's an odd situation because it's away from the other gas tanks and so forth. So it's a different area, and I get out of the car, and I'm like, okay, now I got to go around and open up the other door to pull the tanks out. And so I unlock the other door and make sure that happens. I set everything down. I go over to the other side. Instead of pushing unlock on the car, I pushed lock on the car, and my keys got locked in. But not just my keys. My phone got locked in. Everything got locked in. And I just realized that, since my wife had her phone number changed, I never memorized it. I never wrote it down. So I don't even know how to get a hold of my wife. And this wasn't supposed to take long. This was supposed to be a quick scenario. And so it was one of those things where when we're a ways out in the country. So I'm like, okay, if I called a locksmith to open up the car, that might take a while. I bet I could just walk back home. And a 3-mile walk can take a while, especially you're walking around rubber crocs or whatever. And so I go to the gas station attendant, and I tell him, hey, I'm an idiot. I locked my car keys in my car. Do you mind if I just sits where it's at, because I can't move it? I said, I live up the road. I'm just going to go get the other set of keys. Yeah, no problem. For some reason, in my mind, I was calm about it. And if you can remain calm, you can tap into the intuitive forces that we all have the ability to. And that's just, there's something, whatever you want to call it, there's something that speaks to us, that shows us the right direction. And if you get panicked or resentful or thrown off at all emotionally, it blocks that. And you tend to make stupid mistakes and stupid decisions. Now, In retrospect, there's a couple other things I probably could have done, but something told me without in words, it's just start walking. Just start walking. Your wife will know which way you came. If things last too long, she'll come looking for you. It's no big deal. So I just started walking, and it was, we got a situation where it's threatening to rain and everything else, but I got a jacket on. It's okay. I'm just going to start walking. I don't know that many people in the neighborhood either, but for some reason I felt like someone's going to come by that knows me, and they're going to stop. I had no reason to believe that, because really my wife knows a whole lot more people than I do. I'm not the person that's out talking to everyone, all the neighbors all the time, and we have a lot of distance between us out here. And so I didn't really think about it. I just walked and kept walking. People would pass by. It's a somewhat of a narrow country road. So I'm trying to stay out of everyone's way. Pretty soon, one of the vehicles that passed me, and it was a large pickup truck with a trailer on it, came back the opposite direction and slowed down. Do you need a ride back to your house? Sure enough, it's one of our neighbors, friends of the family. They have kids that are our kids' age and everything else. I don't know them that well, but they recognize me. And they were headed out to town, but instead stopped, turned around, and took me all the way back to my house, saving me all that time and everything. There's no reason why any of that should have happened. But if I wasn't calm, I wouldn't have done what needed to happen. And it was great because we actually got to talk a little bit back and forth. They not only took me to go get my keys, but then dropped me back off at the gas station. And the whole thing happened a lot quicker than it should have. I got to chat with some folks that I haven't got to chat with for a while. Everything worked out. Business is the same way. Business is I like pulling ideas outside of the business world, stories and concepts, because then you can apply it back to your business. There's always these situations that seem dire, that they always happen at the wrong time. Always seems like everything's falling down all around you, and you just have to remain calm, move ahead with what you got, even if it's a decision that you're not sure if it's the right decision or not. You just move ahead in a calm frame of mind. You'll end up doing the right thing accidentally, and it'll end up leading to something bigger. And you never know. You never know where these things end up. You never know how these things all fold together in the big picture of things. So I don't know if that means anything to you. It's a reminder to me, and I like to put these things back out there. If it's helpful to someone else, great. If not, I like to hear myself say some of these things to remind myself that it's not bad to go in the right direction. As long as you keep calm about it, everything works out. Hopefully that makes sense. Hey, go check out my book, 9 Ways to Amazon Proof Your Business. I had another discussion today, like I said earlier in the day, and we were talking about this book. And this book has gotten a whole lot of misunderstanding because of the title. I should have titled it something slightly different. It gives off the impression that it has a whole lot to do with Amazon as a company, and it really doesn't. It has to do with the fact that Amazon is this large beast of a company that is everybody's competition, and it's kind of the face of competitive forces out there. And I'm trying to say through this book, you don't have to be scared of Amazon. You need to defeat them you need to defeat them in a game that they can't play. And it's a way of diffusing any type of competition, especially when you're dealing with big guys like Amazon.com. Go check it out. Hey, you want a free copy? Go grab a free copy at AmazonProofBook.com. You get a digital copy there. Or you could pick up a physical copy wherever books are sold, including Amazon.com. So, you have a great night. We'll be back here tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.